First we're going to finely chop this onion, and then we're going to start prepping the chicken breast. So we want nice finely diced. Right, so now we're just going to butterfly this chicken and cut off any excess like this. So now we're going to put the breast into the cling film, and we need to pat it down really thin, not too thin so you don't shred the chicken. So 2 pieces of cling film on top, and you just want to pat it down with the rolling pin. Right, after that, back on the chopping board, olive oil, and we'll season with some salt and pepper. Right, so season both sides evenly. And don't be scared to rub it in because the chicken's not going to bite. So next we're going to get a pan with some hot oil, and whilst we're waiting for that to heat up, we're going to get some flour, egg and breadcrumbs, and we'll get started from there. So next we're going to add the breadcrumbs, and we've already put 2 eggs in, so 2 eggs per chicken breast. We're going to season the breadcrumbs, pinch of salt, pinch of pepper and a bit of oregano. Mix that in there. Chicken into the flour. Make sure you coat it really good. Bang off any excess and straight into the egg. You want to make sure you fully coat this so the breadcrumb sticks. Let it run down and straight into the breadcrumbs. And you just want to massage the breadcrumbs into the chicken so that it's all stuck to that chicken. Like so. So we want to get the basil all laying on top, and we're going to roll it like a cigar so it's easier to chop. You just want to do fine strips of this. And this is going to go into our tomato sauce that goes on top of the chicken later. The fresher the herbs, the better. You don't want to chop it too hard because you'll bruise the herb and you won't get all the flavour out of it. So now, some people want to take the stalks off the parsley, but I don't because I think there's more flavour. Same again, I just literally do this in the palm of my hand and just go like that so it all goes together into a ball. Just makes it easier to chop. And again, long strokes like this. And over again. So hand like this, knife in your hand, and just down. Make sure you keep them fingers away, because we don't want any accidents in the kitchen. Bit of olive oil in the pan, and then what I tend to do is I add the onion in to cold oil, and the reason is because we don't want to burn the onion, we want to saute it. So onto the hob. So whilst we're working with that, put it on a low heat and we add the chicken into the oil. Be careful, this is going to be hot. And you want that sizzling sound, otherwise you're not going to get golden on your breadcrumbs, it'll just be white and it'll absorb more grease. And whilst that's cooking, we get a tea towel just to soak up that grease for when the chicken comes out. And this chicken won't take long to cook, so you can just get a pair of tongs and just hold it like that. So a few more minutes on that side. I would say about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. So we need even cooking on each side. Bearing in mind it's going to bake in the oven, so don't worry about it not being fried enough on the breadcrumbs. These are nicely sautéed now, so I like to add a pinch of sugar in, just to add a bit of sweetness to the sauce. And just leave that for 30 seconds or so. And then in with the tomato. You can use plum tomatoes or chopped tomatoes, but I'm just using passata. Okay, so that's perfect now. So off with the heat. Just onto this piece of paper. Absorb all the grease. About a teaspoon of chili flakes in. A teaspoon of Italian herbs. And again with some salt and pepper. And then we just want to add some of that fresh basil and a pinch of that parsley into the sauce, and this gives it a lovely aromatic flavour. But bearing in mind, you don't have to do a lot of sauce, you can just do it with chicken and serve it with chips, but I'm going to do it with pasta. Okay, so we just want a bit of this sauce on the bottom. Make a little circle, and you want to preheat the oven to 200 degrees, and we're going to bake this piece of chicken for about 15-20 minutes. So chicken breast on top, and more of that sauce on the top. And you want to coat it with as much sauce as you want. The more the better, so it doesn't dry out in the oven. Okay, so like that. Okay, so before anyone says yes, I am chopping it on the same board as the herbs, it doesn't matter because the herbs are going into the sauce essentially, so it doesn't matter. Really thin strips of mozzarella here, just like that. And this is where the magic happens. And now I'm using two types of cheeses, one buffalo mozzarella and the second is Parmesan. The reason why I'm using mozzarella is because it grills really nice on top of the chicken. So if you like more cheese, put more cheese on. If you don't like this cheese, then use another cheese. You can use any cheese you want, make it your own. I just like to put a bit of Parmesan on top. And she's ready for the oven. So we're just boiling the tagliatelle now. You can use any pasta you want, but I think tagliatelle goes better. You want to season the water and let the water boil before you put the pasta in. This will only take about 1.5 to 2 minutes to cook because it's already pre-cooked. And we want that al dente, which means to the tooth in Italian. And the reason is because it's got more of a bite to it and it absorbs more of the sauce. So 2 minutes and the pasta's ready. So what we're going to do is strain the pasta and we're going to keep back some of that water because that's flavour. And one way to see if the pasta's cooked is to throw it at the bowl and see if it sticks, or just simply taste it. If it has a little bite to it, then it's ready. Or another way is to bring it over here and just cut in the centre of it, and if it's still white in the centre, it means it's not cooked. But you can see that is cooked. I'm going to keep back some of that water back into the pan and back onto the stove. Now we're going to add in that leftover sauce from the chicken. The saucier the better, I say. And the rest of that parsley. We just want that to reduce a bit. Remember to always taste your food and season if you think it needs any more salt and pepper. Keep that there for a second. Let all that pasta absorb all the sauce. Now, you can just use the grill, but I like it extra, as you say, charred on top. Just a bit of a toasting. So this is my chicken parm with a simple Napoli pasta.